And new details tonight, an attempted murder suspect back in the upstate after he was arrested in Georgia. Justin Jackson appeared for his bond hearing at Greer City Hall tonight. Bond was denied. He faces several charges, including attempted murder, domestic violence, and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Police say he shot a woman outside of a gas station earlier this month. It happened at the Quick Trip off Highway 14. Investigators say they believe Jackson had been in a relationship with the victim, which had recently ended. Police say Jackson went to the victim's workplace. He reportedly walked up to her vehicle, made her go to the passenger seat while he was holding a gun. Police say Jackson stopped at that QT to get some gas when the victim tried to run. Officials say Jackson then opened fire. Authorities say Jackson was arrested in Savannah, Georgia, before he was extradited back to Greer.